Alright, following on from part 4 of the How to Beat Mortal Shell guide, we're back at Fulgrim Tower. What we're going to do now is we're going to go out and we're going to fight and kill the Grisha Boss. This fight will be a walk in the park now that we've upgraded the Hallowed sword to almost full. So basically, I mean, this boss is actually easier to beat if you've learnt a bit of parrying, but it's going to be very simple given how powerful we are with our weapon abilities. Look at the chunk of health that our weapon ability took off. Plus, because we have the Forbidden Offering installed, look at how much resolve I've already built up, even though I've used two resolve chunks. And there we go, using it again. Just hit it the Grisha again, and that will build up more resolve. And now we can use our weapon ability again. And the boss is almost dead. So very easy. I'm not even really trying here. I've even allowed myself to take damage. But look at that chunk of tar. We got 750 tar, and we also got plus 6 glimpses. So that just put us right up with glimpses and gave us a good chunk of tar. We need 3,000 tar to unlock the next skill. We have plenty of glimpses thanks to the way we've been playing and what we've been collecting along the way. So we almost have enough glimpses to unlock the 4th skill that we're going to want for Harris, and we have plenty of glimpses to unlock the next one. We just need 3,000 tar, and we now have that. If you don't have that, I recommend just spending a little time in the area and farming it up so that you end up on the same page as I am before we proceed to the next area. So we'll go back to Sesta Janessa and we will unlock the next skill that we want. Now you have 2 choices here. You can unlock the Accretion of Endurance to get more stamina back when we harden, or you can unlock the Accretion of Resolve to reduce the cooldown of Harden by 25%, but we're going to go for Accretion of Endurance because getting all that stamina back when you harden is just, it's one of the best perks in the game in my opinion, and makes Harros go from having to manage stamina to never having to worry about stamina. And now the next one, to get Accretion of Resolve, we'll need to save up 2,500 tar and 15 glimpses. We're already well on the way for glimpses, and we'll have the amount of tar we need too by the time we complete the next stage, which is going for our final quenching acid, which we'll find in the Crypt of Martyrs. Just picking up some tar spore and some more welt caps because you always should. So just once again, follow where I'm going now, and once again, kill every enemy along the way. We want to get as much tar and glimpses as we can. If we do kill every enemy along the way where we're going now, we're almost certainly going to have what we need to unlock our next skill pretty much at the same time as we fully upgrade our sword, which will be perfect. Yeah, so follow me. Where we're heading now is the starting area of the demo. If you played the demo, you'll recognize the area we're going to get to shortly. In that area is the Teal Acolyte Shell. I'm not going to pick up the shell because I don't think I've got another effigy of Harros in my inventory to switch back. But the Teal shell is actually my favorite shell. It's a shell with tons of stamina. It doesn't have much durability, but it has tons of stamina and you can dodge all day long, and poison heals you, which is awesome. I really like the Teal shell, and I also think it's the coolest looking shell because it's like a skull in a cloak and whatnot. And so I'll show you where the Teal shell is, but I won't be picking it up for the reason that I can't switch back. We have to fight a boss though to get to the Teal shell, but that works in our favor because he'll be easy to destroy with our sword at the level it's at, and he'll drop us a chunk of tar as well as a couple of glimpses, which will put us on the road to unlocking our next skill. So we're actually right there now. This is the demo area. The boss we're going to kill is through a tunnel on the right, so I'll just kill these guys, and he just dropped a glimpse. So that's good. More roasted rat. Okay, so you have to hack your way through these, I don't know, branches or roots. Climb through this tunnel. The Teal shell is inside this area with the boss. We'll be able to annihilate the boss. I've got all resolve bars, so I'm just going to weapon ability him to death pretty much. What I'm going to do is just run at him and hack at him until my stamina is gone. As soon as my stamina is gone, I'll activate the weapon ability, and my stamina will come back while I'm doing that, and then I can start hacking at him again. And then as soon as my stamina is gone, activate the weapon ability, and he's dead. And that's why we were using the Acolyte Shell, and that's why we wanted the skill where we get our stamina back from hardening, because we can do the exact same process even without a weapon ability, thanks to getting our stamina back while we harden. So we got a glimpse of affection there, which is more glimpses in our inventory. I didn't pick up the Teal shell. If you pick up the Teal shell, you'll be swapped into Teal. Bear that in mind. You don't want that at this point. So either come back for the shell, or if you have another effigy in your inventory, you can swap back to Harros. Entirely up to you, but I'm leaving it there. What I'll do is use what I've got in my inventory to see where I'm at as far as tar and glimpses go. So we'll use that glimpse of affection that we just picked up. With the familiarity we have on that, that's given us, I think, 2 glimpses. We have a congealed tar as well, so I'll use that. That's not much tar, but it's all a start. If you can't remember what you need for your skill unlocks, you can just go into your shell and have a look at your abilities. So if looking at Accretion of Resolve, which is the one we want next, 2,500 tar and 15 glimpses is what we need, and we're almost there. We'll kill a few, we'll explore this area a little bit. There's a few items to pick up and some enemies to get some tar from, and maybe a couple of extra glimpses. So we'll do that now. Pretty easy area to run through with our Hallowed sword leveled up to the way it is. There's really nothing here that can pose a danger to you apart from maybe yourself if you fall off, so try not to fall off. If you're a bit worried about dying here, you can skip forward in the video a little bit to see where we go to find the next Cesta Genessa, which is very close. That way if you die, you don't have to run too far to come back to get your shell. But behind here we've got another pack of tar. I'm going to use it now just to see how much we get from it. Oh, that's a massive pack, so that's really good. Those enemies probably could have got me while I was doing that, but it doesn't really matter. We're all good. And just remember, if you've been a bit unlucky and you don't have the tar and glimpses that I have at this point, you should be pretty close, but regardless of your position, once we get to the next Cesta Genessa, which is very close, you'll be able to set a spawn point there, a respawn point there, and just farm this area until you get it. I wouldn't bother farming though until after we get the next Quenching acid, because by the time we get that, you might already have everything you need. So as you can see, like, we're absolutely obliterating enemies here, and with the Forbidden Offering on our Hallowed Sword, we're getting resolve constantly like crazy. You can just use your weapon ability at will. If you love to parry, then this is also a great way to build up all the resolve you need to parry and heal over and over and over. Watch out for these traps. And this is why we're going about getting the Quenching acids first and the Forbidden Offering first in our playthrough. We become so powerful that dealing with just trash mob enemies and elites becomes very, very easy, and it no longer becomes a stress. You can spend stress moving around the land. You can just run around at will, killing everything in a blink of an eye, and that way it's only taken us a little over an hour to get to this point, but now you can explore all of Mortal Shell at will without worrying too much. And you can find more glimpses and more tar and more enemies to kill. And there's also secret lore hidden around if you bash walls, or you might want to look up a guide on where all the lore is, just if you're interested in reading all the transcripts and getting more information about the story of Mortal Shell. But anyway, here we are at 2,300 tar, which is, there's another glimpse, which is not quite there yet, but we're close. So we'll run in and I'll show you where Cesta Genessa is in the Crypt of Martyrs. Before we came in here, I picked up another glimpse. What was it? A glimpse of wisdom. So I'll just use that to see where we're at with our glimpses. I've got 18. Hopefully you'll be pretty close to that. Cesta Genessa is right here. So you just need to talk to her to awaken her. At this point, I don't quite have what I need to upgrade the next skill. You might have what you need if you've been farming, so by all means upgrade it, but we'll just run through this dungeon to upgrade it. There's another book to the left there that I've just skipped past. That book you can use to fight Haddon to get another weapon, but we're not doing that in this. I'll let you do that if you would like to, but just bear in mind, don't equip another weapon at this point, where the whole purpose of the way we've been playing and where we've been going has been to upgrade the Hallowed Sword. Any other weapon will be too weak, and we won't be getting any more quenching acids, or enough quenching acids to fully upgrade those weapons for a while now, so we're sticking with the Hallowed sword. You've got to watch out for these enemies. When they die, they rip their head off and throw it at you, and it will poison you if you don't get out of the way. There's usually an enemy hiding behind there to troll you, so you want to just go out to drag him around and then back off. These guys will jump on you and chew at your head. If you get the warning that they're going to jump, and the tarnished seal on your back will glow red when it's going to happen, you can harden, and hardening prevents them from being able to grab you and hurt you. As you can see, hardening also prevents these guys from hurting you with their throwing daggers. So there's another dude about to jump on me. He missed. I knew he was going to jump on me, but he completely missed. So these guys can poison you. He's got poison on him right now. But normally they're quite dangerous, but with our Hallowed sword leveled up to where it's leveled up, they're not really. Now we don't need to go through this hole. I'll do it anyway just to show you what's in here. There's some lore on the left on stone. You can read this to get some lore. But there's Petrified winter glass sitting down here. We're not going to use that in this run at all, but you can use Petrified winter glass to unlock an ability of the Martyr's blade. And the Martyr's blade is the weapon you would have got if you'd read that book and fought Haddon just after we met Sesta Genessa in this crypt area. So we didn't do that, so we don't have that weapon, and we won't be using that weapon in this run. But if you had that weapon, that's what you would use to upgrade its weapon ability. Alright, so moving on, I'm also just killing these enemies to get more tar and glimpses if we're lucky, or a large bolt. And that guy just jumped on me and knocked me down. I didn't lose any health for some reason, so that's alright. These guys are pretty annoying, but oh, there's another one in on the action too. So when there's two in on the action, it can get a bit hairy. You gotta be careful because they can poison you. So this is where you will use some tar spore. And there we go, he jumped on me and he's chewing away at me, but it's all good. Use a weapon ability to take him out fast, so I don't have to worry about this other guy. Now the poison's gone, but what you can do is use, if your health is going down and you're green from poison, use a tar spore to stop that. Okay, that enemy on the left there, he's guarding a chest that has the acid in it that we want, but I do recommend taking out the guy on the right first. I'm not going to because I don't think he saw me. We'll use a weapon ability on him that's wrecked him. See, this guy's usually quite dangerous if you don't know how to parry, but with our upgrades he's nothing. Okay, so we got the quenching acid, and now we can return to the anvil. That's the guy I recommended you take out first, because if he sees you while you're fighting that other guy, he can come in on the action and wreck your fun. Okay, let's run back to where Sesta Genessa was. I've got 2,700 tar now, so that's plenty of tar for the next upgrade, and we obviously have plenty of glimpses at this point. If you don't, you can go back to Sesta Genessa and just respawn all the enemies and then continue farming. But here's the anvil that we need, so we can upgrade our weapon with that final quenching acid, and that's what we've been doing all this for, to fully upgrade the Hallowed sword, which now does maximum damage. I'll just show you, there's another upgrade. This one here is a Molten Spike. That's like the mechanical spike, but it's even more damaging. It sets enemies on fire when you use it. You can find that in Fulgrim, but only after you kill a boss and the fog descends, which is something I haven't explained yet, but we'll get to later. Same with the Tarnished Seal runes. The two remaining solemn offerings, they're out there. One's at an abandoned chamber, which is after you beat a boss near where we are now, and another is in the Eternal Narthex, but we won't be worrying about them either because we're not doing any parrying, but we will pick them up as we go along. So now let's go to Sesta Genessa and we'll get our final upgrade, the Accretion of Resolve, which makes our hardened cooldown speed up by a further 25%, and the two major perks that make Harros great are now fully unlocked. Now we get hardened very frequently, and when we get it and hold it down, our stamina fully refills. Those are two brilliant perks that work in synergy with each other. The rest of the skills that he has that we haven't unlocked will unlock naturally as we go from this point forward without the need to farm. From here, we're all ready, all good to start going and killing the bosses one by one, which is pretty cool because at this point we've only been playing the game for an hour and a half and we're ready to take down every boss in the game. So that's it for part 5, and we'll start doing that in part 6, and along the way we'll collect a couple of key items that will also be helpful to our gameplay. I'm Fuzzy Barbarian, thanks for watching, I'll see you in part 6. Bye for now.